Welcome and welcome once more to the game which nobody knows and which nobody plays and mostly nobody watches. Well, basically, Age of History 3.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
The game which everyone wanted. Today, it is time to form Rome, and the best way to form Rome in the World War II scenario in 1936, let's just say nationalist Italians, the leader of the Italian people, Benito Mussolini, with only 43 million people under his rule at the moment, we will create the empire which Italy deserves, an empire called Rome, and at the end we'll have all the necessary territory of Germany, for example, France, parts of England, Spain of course, Hispania, and our beloved city of Constantinople, which is called Istanbul. Unfortunately, once again, welcome. Who's not subscribed, I recommend you to watch some other videos and then subscribe, but at this point of time, it is very reasonable to choose our rivals, which would be the United Kingdom, France, and I would choose most likely Spain, because those are the three nations which do pose a decent threat to the Italian hegemony. With the advance points, as we usually do, spend it on the military morale. Let's build a mine for the economy, because aluminium is quite expensive here at this moment. This is the most expensive resource we have, and let's expand this tile and get some pretty good own cash for it. Yeah, let's upgrade the economy here and the tax efficiency. And I'm slowly moving my troops to the... let's move to the Brindisi province and let's start our journey, but firstly building some multiple temples around the state. Let's build one in Rome as well. Germany proposes an alliance. I would accept this, although I know how unreliable Germany will be in this game, but nevertheless, let's just accept it and let's embrace our thoughts for the best outcomes. Okay, let's expand our military. Yeah, let's put it here. I think this should be a very good start with another 48 divisions. I wouldn't call that a division, but nevertheless, 129,000 soldiers are ready to fight. And I think it would be the best to invade and incorporate Albania into our alliance, but we have Turkey, which has a very high possibility of stepping in. But we have Germany on our side, and I believe that this is a way better ally than Turkey. And we are taking the land, and we have won before the Turkish troops could have arrived. Yes, I take all of Albania, and it is a victory. Now we need to incorporate all these lands once more. Let's continue the construction of temples. They do give a good boost in income. I mean, relatively a good boost of 15 cents, but I do believe that it is a very reasonable income, and it is time to take Yugoslavia with us and unite it to our lands. Yeah, but the Soviets and the Germans are taking on Poland, and for some reason Germany is also at war with Hungary. Because Hungary is an ally of Poland, it's already a not so historical game, unfortunately, or maybe fortunately, but we are creating another army of 40,000 here, and the reason being is because we need to firstly mobilize for the push into Belgrade, and we also need to take Greece, and the war begins. We are taking casualties, but it seems like it is a victory, and we have some German allies helping us, and Yugoslavia capitulates. And in the peace conference, we only took, well, mostly all of Yugoslavia, except probably, I would say, another half. We took only half, okay. Not the best results, but it is good enough. And unfortunately, the Germans decided to go to war with the Soviets. And there is a big possibility that the Germans will lose this. And I do believe that I do need to help the Germans to actually win this. And it seems like a victory. We did destroy the whole army of the Soviets. It wasn't too difficult. And we are going straight to Moscow. And Moscow is taken. And the Germans took some land from the Soviets. Not all of it, they didn't reach Kiev, but it's just the mechanics of the game themselves.
1 hour later.
Well, we do have Ukraine with the Baltics and a little bit of Poland liberated after this war. which should weaken the Soviets. Okay, let's continue upgrading our economy by building some harbors in the Italian state. And the whole coast is covered in harbors. Good. Let's now build some granaries in the northern Alps of Italy. Let's continue building downwards. Yeah, let's continue the granaries. Now we're moving on to Yugoslavian territory, which is ours by birthright. Let's increase our army once more, because 170,000 isn't much, although I wouldn't claim that 215 is a lot, but it's more than 170 definitely. Okay, let's build some farms now. Well, I'll be honest, it will take more than I expected, but I would honestly blame the game for this because it's 1961 and I only managed to lose 30 points of aggressive expansion, which to me seems a bit slow to some extent. I mean, to be more exact, it's okay for this game, but for World War II scenario, it's very difficult to play in this scenario with such a slow gameplay. Okay, let's build more farms and let's invade Greece. Let's invade Yugoslavia once more. And it is a victory. And finally, I did take Yugoslavia, and it's only 1965. I do believe that our divisions are not that strong, although compared to the Greek divisions, they are pretty good. We did just beat the French with their economy. We have a way bigger economy than the French do, and way larger than the British, which to me seems a bit absurd. Why do the British have a less developed economy than the French and the Italians? But that's a whole different question. Let's continue building farms. Oh, congratulations to us. We have reached level 5 ranking on the global scale. We just surpassed the United States somehow. Not sure how, but we did. Okay, more farms. Let's make Italy an agrarian society. And now it is time for some windmills. Although it's gonna take even longer, probably till the 2000s, and that's not even a joke. Okay, I'm increasing my army to another 70,000, which gives me a total estimate of almost 300 divisions. Okay, I have created another army of 80,000. Let's declare on the Greeks. And we took pretty much Romania with Bulgaria, but unfortunately we cannot take Greece because if we will exceed the aggressive expansion points over 100, we will get killed pretty fast. I think my plan would be to move to the east and take Greece with Turkey first, and then move down to the weaker nations like Egypt for example, and then take on the French. I think that would be the most reasonable strategy which I could actually utilize. Okay, let's upgrade our military academy, which allows us to have a regiment limit higher than previous, which means our total army military size is larger. Wait, how did the United States lose to Canada? What? Never mind. I did research the military legacies, finally. At least one tree done. And I think it's time to research the aggressive expansion one. Okay, the city is fully upgraded, the capital one. Let's finally upgrade our military academy to the fullest. And it's time to upgrade the military academies for generals. But first, let's accept the alliance from the Germans once again. Yeah, we managed to reach level 6. This should make us a little bit more unbeatable to some degree. And let's declare on the Greeks, hopefully for the third and last time. Yeah, and the Greeks fall pretty quickly. And the French took Switzerland. And we are being attacked by France. And we are assaulting Paris. And we did win. We took Paris, perfect. Okay, we destroyed the French troops. This is a victory. A very intense victory indeed. There is a very large possibility that we could win. Okay, the fights are ongoing. Okay, we're taking Paris once more. This is a very intense war. It seems like we are winning, but the sheer amount of divisions which they have, in terms of actually having more divisions rather than full-blown armies, is difficult. I did split the army into 3, now 4, and we just managed to climb out from the negatives, and it seems like we are going to push into France now. And most likely it is a victory. We have won the war against the Spanish, the French, the United Kingdom, against the British Empire, let's say, the Turks and the Hungarians. Although it's not won yet, the outcome of the war is already known. Yeah, 78, 80%, 84, 86, 87, 90, congratulations. I can take all of France if I can, huh? If that's the case, I can take all of Africa as well. And I took Turkey, parts of Hungary, and seems like that's it. Now, the only country which I need to incorporate now would be Germany and also parts of Egypt, Syria, and we should be good. I think the hardest thing would be to actually incorporate the land because we need 23,000 here and another 7 here. Core the territory, so to speak. So Turkey's being incorporated. Now we are going to focus on the French. Okay, France is done. Now it's time for Spain. Spain is all done. Now we are moving to Africa. And Africa is also about to be finished. Perfect. And lastly, Italian, Britain. And there it is. Now, after spending literally thousands of dollars to incorporate the French, the British, the Spanish, the Portuguese, the Turks, and the Greeks, okay, it's time to take Syria. Syria is taken, incorporated as well. Now it's time for Cyprus to go. Well, now we take these guys. I'm not too sure what they are, but they look like Palestine. But Palestine is a bit to the left here. Yeah, by the way, let's declare on them as well. Thank you. Oh, we have an uprising in Peloponnesian Islands. Oh, the Soviet Union decided to declare war on us. I'll be honest, that shouldn't be such a big of a problem. But what would be of a problem is a literal coalition against us, including India. I think it shouldn't be such of a problem still. And we win the battle. And the percentage doesn't look good. Most of our countries occupied except Rome. There is a possibility that Rome will be sieged. Okay, I decided to split my army into 2. This should give us a bit more leverage. Not leverage, but a bit more maneuverability. So we could deoccupy the provinces twice as fast. Pretty much a 100% increase in the deoccupation output. And we were minus 45. We are almost going into positives. But it was difficult, and now we're gaining... Yeah, now we are gaining the points which we need. +5, +6, +7. Germany is on an offensive, taking Belgrade, almost taking Donetsk. I mean, I will be honest with you, having Germany by side is very useful because they do take quite a lot of impact on themselves and help me distribute the weight of the offensive from my enemies. I wouldn't say that Germany is doing nothing. I would say the opposite, that they are doing something, and they're doing quite a lot of things, to be more exact. Okay, we're taking Morocco. We are taking Egypt. Okay, so I did take Egypt, and I would like to take Libya now because it is part of our territory. I mean, we do need that territory, to be more exact. I want it under my full control, and the reason being is because I needed to create the one and only Roman Empire. But that's not the only thing that I did. Let me quickly incorporate them all. Another thing that I really did is I made Russia. Yes, and I made Russia in 2041, and we have a fascist government in Russia with Vladimir Putin as the ruler. I think the game is trying to either predict the future, or it's just me tripping. Okay, so I did create another 2 armies, one a very large one, and this one is quarter the size, but nevertheless I think that would give us a very good bonus in actually defending our territory against the Germans when we will invade them, but I don't think they could handle us anymore. Okay, we do have a very, very large... Never mind. I think it's time to do the unthinkable and go for a walk into Germany. That was a victory, and it seems like it is a complete victory. The Germans have nothing to put against me, literally nothing. And we take Berlin, we do, and we're 50% there now. I think we can give it to the AI. Let the AI do all the work and take care of the nation, occupy it completely. We have another coalition forming. We have another coalition which formed against us, led by the British Union, and Britain capitulates. Okay, let's take the subject transfer from the British to our rule as as this makes the world now fully green, which I really like. Green Australia, beautiful. Now let's get back to the Germans. They capitulate. Well, we do have peace with the Germans, but unfortunately I didn't take these 5 provinces, which means that I have to go to war with them once more. Okay, let's finally declare on the Germans for the second and last time, because I do not want to deal with them at all. Just give me those 5 provinces and I will let you be. Thank you. And let's make them a puppet as well. Make them green. And now today, in 2059, we have managed to create Rome. Yes, Rome is formed. Justice is served. Only to me, of course, nobody else, but we did it. We have formed Rome. Well, I wouldn't say it was difficult, but from the other perspective, it was just very slow to the extent that I had to just sit there and wait until I get the appropriate amount of gold to actually just farm my economy. But from the other hand, as soon as it starts going, it goes very quickly. It just goes very rapidly in terms of conquering and overcoming the coalitions which are being formed. Thus, once again, thank you for watching. I hope you will subscribe, and who didn't will. And more importantly, what are your thoughts about this campaign, about this channel, about me? I would be happy to hear that in the comments. Thank you so much, and enjoy your upcoming new year.
Вперед!